So earlier today, I accidentally flushed my favorite Sony Walkman and Rubik's Cube down the toilet. Ah, god damn it. So I was gonna go head out to the mall with the girls to get myself some new ones, and maybe try to get a couple more pairs of men's shorts that barely cover my balls. But when I got there, I realized that malls haven't existed for 20 years. So I turned back to my girls and I told them, let's get spooky. So tonight we'll be looking at the 1986 film, which script took less time to write than the one for this video, Chopping Mall. So the movie starts out with this guy breaking into a jewelry case at a mall late at night, hopefully to get his mother something for her birthday, but probably to sell it for meth. But then this robot comes out of the blue, and it's all like, hey, can you put that back? That'd be cool. But this guy is all like, nuh-uh, and shoots the robot and runs away. So the robot's all like, ah, dick, and chases the guy down and electrocutes him. Mother effer picked the wrong place to rob. But then we don't know what to believe anymore, because none of this actually happened. Like that time that my parents told me they were proud of me. This was all just a commercial for the Protector series robots, a new type of security robot that this mall just happened to be installing that night. So now we're at a shareholders meeting, and the people there have a few questions. Like, did that robot just kill that dude? And the presenter is all like, what? No, are you an idiot? These robots don't kill. They just simply incapacitate the person until the cops can come and arrest them. And everyone is like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And then the dude assures them that nothing can go wrong. And nothing does go wrong. The end. Oh, what the hell? Are you telling me that things do go wrong? But that guy says that things don't go wrong. So there's a storm that night and a bunch of lightning bolts hit this electrical transformer on the roof of the mall, causing the robots inside to get all sentient and spooky like the assholes they are. And then they kill the control room operators, so now these bad boys are unstoppable. And while all this is going on, a group of employees are planning a party at a furniture store located in the mall, since this is the 80s and it's not a big deal if you lose your job. So now we're introduced to the main characters. There's Mike and Greg, the douchey guys, Ferdy the nerdy guy, Rick, the suave yet douchey guy, Leslie, the douchey girl, Susie, the irritating girl, and Linda, the character who knows a lot about cars, but doesn't use any of that knowledge to help defeat the robots, which seems like a useful trait to have in this situation. Why even bring this up if you're not gonna explore it? And Allison, the other nerdy character. So, all these characters are getting drunk and freaky with each other, while the killbots make their way through the mall, effing up anyone in their path. So one of the killbots runs into a janitor and knocks over his mop bucket and electrocutes him in the water like a real dick. He didn't deserve that. So back at the party, Leslie tells Mike to go get her some cigarettes or she's gotta chase him around with a stick of butter. And Mike doesn't know what that means, so he puts on his pants and leaves to go find her some cigarettes. So Mike's out looking for some smokes, still concerned about that butter comment, when one of the killbots comes up behind him and is all like, hey, what's up? And Mike's like, oh snap, here's my ID badge, don't kill me. And the killbot's like, nah, I'm gonna kill you. So it does. So Leslie's waiting patiently for Mike to come back with her cigarettes, but he's taking forever. So she decides to leave and go find him. And she finds him with his neck slit. And she's like, oh damn, I'm pretty sure that's not how his neck looked before. But then the killbot comes up behind her and is all like, hey. And she screams and runs away, thinking about how handy that butter would have been right about now. And the killbot chases her all the way into the front of the furniture store, shooting lasers at her the whole time, while the rest of the group watches her from behind the glass storefront. Then the group watches in horror as one of the lasers gets her in just the right spot, making her head explode. I mean, these bots are only supposed to be able to incapacitate people for a short period of time before the cops can come and arrest them. So what's up with the lasers capable of making heads explode? Knock that crap off. So the group sees this and runs through the furniture store, tumbling over things, dodging lasers, all that good stuff, as the bots chase them. And the group makes it to the back room and barricade themselves as they try to come up with a plan to escape. But the super security, military-style doors to the mall lock, sealing them in. And these doors won't open again until morning. So they're like, ah, damn it. So they see an air duct right above them, so they start climbing into it. Susie, Linda, and Allison are the only ones who are able to get into it before the killbots break through the barricade and get into the back room. So Greg, Rick, and Ferdy have to separate. So the guys make it to the main area of the mall and find a sporting goods store and start stocking up on weapons. I mean, a lot of weapons. I mean, this store has an entire arsenal of weapons and ammunition just right out on the sales floor. Not even locked up. I mean, I know this is America, but goddamn. So they leave the store and see a killbot coming their way. They open fire on it and blow it up with a propane tank. They think that's it for the bot, but it comes back to life once they leave. Like a real dick. While this is going down, Susie's freaking out in the air duct, saying that Greg needs her because he's not being irritated enough right now. So the girls leave the safety of the air duct and find themselves in a hardware store and start making some Molotov cocktails. So the guys are busy rigging up an elevator with some propane tanks when they hear a scream. They look around the corner and see the killbots chasing the girls. The girls throw a gas can at one of the killbots, and it does absolutely nothing, other than pissing off the bot something awful. So it shoots Susie in the leg, so she falls down and it's just being irritating, as the other characters are like, oh gosh, that sucks. Then the bot shoots Susie's gas can, engulfing her in flames. And so, with Susie now dead, the group lures one of the killbots to the elevator shaft, where they explode the propane tanks, causing the elevator to fall and crush the bot. So then the group takes a much needed break inside a restaurant where they bitch at each other about what kind of pizza they want and how Susie's dead. But then Ferdy comes up with a plan where if they can get to the master computer on the 3rd floor, they can shut down the remaining killbots. And that classic pepperoni would probably be the best pizza choice. So Greg gets all gung-ho about that plan, forgets about the pizza and runs to the 3rd floor, and immediately gets thrown off the edge by a killbot. What a dick. Can these robots not be dicks for 1 second? So then the remaining members of the group run into a store and pull down the metal barrier, and then just kinda hang out there for a while, while the killbots on the other side cut their way through. Makes sense. So after the group wastes about an hour doing nothing as the killbots cut their way through, they come up with a plan to confuse the bots with mannequins and mirrors. And it kinda works. One of the killbots shoots a mirror and it bounces right back at the bot, making it freak out, spinning around in circles, firing lasers in all directions. So Linda feels like this is good time as any to put her mechanic skills to good use, and just kinda stands there out in the open for what seems like 10 minutes, and then gets shot by a laser. Since why wouldn't that happen? You're standing there out in the open while lasers are being shot just feet in front of you. What the hell? So Rick sees this and gets pissed. So he hops on a car and just kinda lightly bumps into the bot. I mean, it probably didn't even scratch the paint, which somehow kills both him and the bot in the process. Good for him. So now we're just left with Ferdy and Allison. So they split up because, you know, horror movies, and just kind of walk around hallways to kill time, until Allison has to bump into the remaining killbot and Ferdy has to come and save her. He unloads his gun into it and then throws a fire extinguisher at it, but the bot picks up the extinguisher and launches it right back at him, knocking him unconscious. So now the bot's on Allison's tracks and follows her into a pet store. She hides under some shelving, while the bot roams around and decides that the movie's just not spooky enough, and knocks over some aquariums filled with snakes and spiders and stuff. So the killbot does that for a bit, then gets kind of bored, so then it leaves to see if the Sbarro is still open, allowing Allison ample time to make her escape. So she leaves and hangs off the railing on the level, and drops down on a tent, and crawls to a paint store nearby. So then she goes and starts spilling paint and other chemicals on the ground. Since, what does it even matter? The janitor's dead anyways, it's not like he's gonna be upset about it. But I am. So then the killbot follows her into the shop and then gets stuck on the paint. It starts freaking out and spinning all around, but then Allison lights up a flare and throws it at the bot, making it go kablooey. So then she leaves all effed up and then looks up to see Ferdy on the top level who's alive and well. So he runs down to her and they hug as the morning sun rises. And that is Chopping Mall. And honestly, I feel a little clickbaited. This movie lied to me. I mean, it's called Chopping Mall. Not one time did anyone get chopped. Everyone either got lazily electrocuted or stabbed. I mean, the deaths sucked, with the exception of Leslie's head exploding death, which clearly took up the entire special effects budget. And after that death, they were probably like, ah, son of a bitch, we gotta pump the brakes here. And look at the movie poster. What is that? That's not in the movie. Not once did we see an arm that looks even remotely like that. It looks more like Shredder giving you your DoorDash delivery than a robot with little pinchers, like what we actually got. Now I'm mad. And what's up with the tagline, where shopping costs you an arm and a leg? No, it doesn't. For one thing, these people weren't shopping. They were partying. And another thing, everyone kept their arms and legs. Now I'm double mad. The tagline should say, where partying after hours at your workplace makes you get shot by stupid looking blue lasers. See? Was that so hard? I would see that movie. And honestly, I could tear into this movie all day, but that would be dumb. And sure, this movie is far from perfect and pisses me off sometimes. I threw a fit and my wife left me. But if you got 76 minutes and you huffed a bunch of paint thinner, It's a good time. I wish she'd return my phone calls. So with that being said, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for being spooky.